Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in today. I have a Alfa Romeo GTA M here for you guys today in 1/18th scale. This is manufactured by Otto, and this is a pretty decently priced model in my opinion. I think you can potentially pick one up now for maybe $100 to $120 if you're lucky. I was very unfortunate to get this model when it came out, and I paid an insane amount of money for it. I think I spent $160 on this model, which was absolutely way too much for what they're looking at what they're going for now. So this model is kind of a sore point for me in my own personal collection, just because I overpaid drastically for it. But that being said, it's such a really good looking model. I mean, this is a beautiful car, especially in the GTA M spec. So if you like this car, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you now, it's definitely one you should consider picking up. But as you can see, this car is finished in this stunning red kind of gloss paint. It's not really a metallic, as you can see. There's no real flake in it at all that is too notable. So it's kind of just a really nice gloss red. And it kind of comes across like a more kind of chrome effect. It's an interesting color. I mean, it's just a really, kind of interesting red. It's like a multi-layer color paint. That's what it is. So we'll go over the features, details, and my overall opinions on this car. So we'll start off, towards the front of the car. I think the headlights themselves look really nice. As you can see, they kind of got all the details in there. Nice kind of glass on the the headlights themselves. You can kind of see like all the daytime running lights and the actual headlights themselves. So I think that's a really good feature. This car does use real mesh grills, which is one of the reasons why I wanted it so bad. As you can see, you can kind of see through the grills. It's actually perforated mesh, and it looks absolutely incredible. So this car, there are, I think, 4 other variants now. Obviously, they have a bunch of different colors. There's white, green, which is the one that I think you should go after if you're getting this car, and obviously the one you're looking at here in red. And now Burago, Solido, and BBR and Otto are the ones that have produced this model. There are different variants of it, like this one was the GTA M with the bigger wing. But yeah, so there's a lot of options out there at a ton of different price points. This one definitely sits in the middle packed, at that price point. The BBRs go for about $300 I would assume. And then the Briagos and the Maesto, or the Solidos are sitting probably around $60. But yeah, we'll kind of see the details further in this car. So also up here at the front, we have a really nice Alfa Romeo badge, and it's actually a badge, it's not a sticker, so it looks really good. Tow hook here in the front. This car does have a real lack of carbon fiber, which is the only reason I think you would want to go for the BBR, and a few more reasons that I'll mention in a little bit. But yeah, there is no carbon fiber on this model, which is an absolute upset. Everything that should be carbon fiber, which is everything you see in gloss black here, should be carbon fiber. But it bugs me, but it's not really a deal breaker if you can get this model for $100 in my opinion. So moving up here, there's kind of a little pointing arrow that points down to the tow hook itself. The only kind of fake grills, as you can see, would be these little side vents right here. That's kind of a fake grill right there. But the rest of it is actual mesh, which I love. So coming up here towards the hood of the car, as you can see, it's got, I guess there is some carbon fiber on it. That's actually the only piece I think I've noticed. There's a bit of carbon fiber, or maybe it's just mesh. It's all just mesh. I could be wrong. Just around those hood vents. So it looks really good, but kind of an undescript hood. But it does look very good. Over here we kind of have the standard Alfa Romeo, kind of those 5 circle wheels, which look absolutely incredible. I think they did an excellent job on the wheels. There's kind of a red ring around the Alfa Romeo badge to match the paint. There's gold brake calipers in there, which I think is a really good feature, and there are drilled rotors. And just, I think the level of detail they put into the wheels looks absolutely incredible. This is a static model too, so it doesn't move, which I actually do prefer because I don't want my models sliding around when I'm displaying them. So coming up here towards the side mirrors themselves, you have the nice Italian flag sitting on there, which is a cool feature. They're painted in gloss black, and they look really good. Absolutely love that feature on the car. Moving down here to the side vent, I can't, that looks like just fake mesh. Unlike the front of the car, they didn't utilize the real mesh on the side. So kind of a disappointment, but it does come across really well, and it's a huge vent, so it looks absolutely incredible. The body lines running through the side are nice and crisp, so no real issues there. And then there's kind of a side skirt right here attached to the side, and it's also painted in gloss black. As you can see, there's kind of a huge rear arch here on the rear of the car, also painted in gloss black. The wheels are pretty much the same as the front, so I won't go into much detail there. As you can see, there is a bunch of tint around the windows, which I'll get into a little bit later, but I really think this car has a full roll cage and fire extinguisher. Well, it should on this car, but you just can't see anything through there. And it looks like they did add the roll cage. You can just barely make it out in there, but kind of a disappointing feature of this car that you can't actually see the cool stuff that is in this car, because they actually do have a fire extinguisher in there, but you just literally can't see it on camera because the window tint is so dark. But I think you kind of make out that little red fire extinguisher in there. But you really don't notice these features when it's being displayed. All you can kind of see is the black tint. So a huge drawback of this model. Sorry, I can't talk, but running at the rear of the car, there's a nice little kind of sticker right there, which I'm actually not too sure what that really stands for, but it is there. Gloss black roof with the little shark fin on the top. Moving towards the rear of the car, you have a nice huge spoiler. So that's, like I said earlier, this is what makes the distinction between the Alfa GTA and the GTA M, is the M has this big rear wing on the side of it and the full roll cage with no rear seats. So the back of the car, as you can see, looks just as good as the front, I would say. Nice dual exhaust tailpipe, some more mesh in the diffuser, and the diffuser itself is really big, as you can see. There's some fins coming down the side, and I think it looks really nice. The plate on the rear is actually carbon fiber, so that is one. They put carbon fiber in a place where it doesn't really matter, so interesting choice. But the rear badge itself looks absolutely incredible. Just like the front, it is a real badge, and kind of a gloss black Alfa GTA M badge right there. The rear taillights look absolutely incredible, as you can see. They come across very well on camera, and in person it looks super good. So yeah, that's kind of the exterior of the car, and then now let me do my best to show you the interior. So as you can see, that you have the full bucket seats, carbon fiber on the dashboard. Sorry it's super dusty, let me just try to clean that off a little bit. And this is what I use to clean my models, just a makeup brush, which is pretty funny, but a lot of people do that. So let's see if I can show you this side of the interior, and excuse the light, it's pretty bright. So yeah, just kind of a pretty basic interior. It just looks really good. The seats do look kind of plasticky looking at it now, but there is, I think, a GTA head embroidery up there on the headrest. But yeah, it's kind of hard to show you the interior, but you kind of get the point. You can't see the rear at all, not even really through the front, which is kind of a disappointment. As you can see, just super reflective windshield. But I do think the glass itself looks pretty clear. But I could see this model being susceptible to this being like kind of just coming off in the future. It's just super flimsy plastic, and that's like going all around the model. So it does look good, but it could be an issue if you have this car in direct sunlight for a while, which I don't recommend. But you know, overall, just a really beautiful model. This Alfa GTA is definitely one of my favorite cars of all time. So yeah, I think I can show you the bottom of the car. I think this model, as you can see, is limited to 4,000 units, which is actually a lot. This is number 73, so a pretty early model. This is one of the first ones. Like I said, I got it as soon as it came out. But yeah, overall though, I think this model is worth about $100. Or 110, I would say, is probably the max I would really consider spending on it. I mean, also considering that you can just pick up the Burago or the Solido version, which I think you can actually see the rear roll cage. It's not tinted out. You know, it'd probably just be a better idea to go that route instead of spending almost double on the auto version. But, you know, with this one in general, I guess the wheels do move, as you can see. I don't know. The other ones don't. Um, but yeah, as you can see, you know, lack of carbon fiber, the tint on the windows really just kind of ruined this model for me as well. So the only real reason that you would probably want to get this particular version is if you like the mesh grills on the front, which I do, and then the clarity of the paint. Obviously, it's probably not going to be as good as BBR's version, but it's definitely a huge step up between like the Buragos and the Solitos. So this is definitely the mid-tier model. And yeah, so I think, you know, you guys have to decide if that's worth it to you or not. I think I would probably go back and just try to get the BBR one if I could pick one up for about 250. But yeah, I don't know. Probably just will keep this one for a while. And yeah, so if you guys like this model, let me know in the comments. Which version would you go with? Do you have any of the other versions of this model? I'm interested to hear how you guys think this one compares to the one you might have. But yeah, so if you guys made it this far, I think you gotta like, I think you gotta subscribe. But besides that, as always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.